أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah. Hello students. Today we are going to have more discussions about angles and polygons. We've talked about different properties of angles. So we are going to have a combination of the properties of angles when we have parallel lines and we have transversals crossing the parallel lines. Let's look at the following examples. Example 1. Find the lettered angles in the following diagram. Look at the diagram. The arrow indicates that the two horizontal lines are parallel to each other. When you have two parallel lines and you have lines crossing them, different types of angles are formed. You look at the lettered angles and look at the most convenient one for you to determine is where you are going to start with. In this case, if you look at A, if you find it convenient to find A, then you start from A, then followed by B. That is, if it is possible, you may have to find it or calculate the angles in alphabetical order. As in this case, it is easy for us to find angle A. If you look at the two parallel lines, you see that there is a relationship between A and 60. If you look at it very well, see that they are alternate to each other. So angle A is equal to 60 degrees. Alternate angles are equal. So we are going to write A is equal to 60 degrees. Then put the reason inside bracket, alternate angles. Angle A is alternate to angle 60. So A is equal to 60 degrees. That is it. Then now move to B. Look at angle B and 50. There is also a relationship between them, which is also alternate. The way the angles are shows that they are alternate to each other. So angle B is equal to 50 degrees. The reason is also alternate angles. So alternate angles are equal to each other. Now go to the triangle. You see that a triangle is formed, and the angles within the triangle are A, C, and B. If you remember, we said that the sum of angles in the triangle is 180 degrees. So A, 50, and C are angles within the triangle, so they will add up to 180 degrees. So to find angle C is now easy because you already know angle A, and the third angle, which is 50 degrees, has been given. So what you do is just say C, which you are looking for, plus B plus 60 is equal to 180 degrees. So that's another dimension. To find angle C, if you don't use the triangle, you can use the straight line. Look at the line at the top. B, C, and 60 degrees, they form angles on a straight line. And when you have angles on a straight line, the sum will also be 180 degrees. Since we have known our angle B and we are given angle 60, the third angle, which is angle C, can be easily determined. We are just going to add everything. B plus C plus 60 is equal to 180 degrees. We put our reason. Angles on a straight line. Since we have known B to be 50, we substitute for B. Then we have C plus 50 plus 60 is equal to 180. Then when we add 50 and 60, we get 110. So C plus 110 is equal to 180. Now carry 110 to the other side of the equation. It becomes negative. So C will now become 180 minus 110. So our C is equal to 70 degrees. 70 degrees. Now to find angle D, you go back to the diagram where angle D is located. you see that angle D is on a straight line together with angle 50 degrees. Angle D and 50 are together on a straight line. So the sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So D plus 50 will give us 180 degrees, and we are going to put our reasons inside bracket. D plus 50 is equal to 180 angles on a straight line. Now transfer B 50 to the other side of the equation. It changes to negative. So our D is equal to 180 minus 50. So D is equal to 130 degrees. Then to find our angle E, just look at the diagram and see where angle E is located. You can see that it is also standing side by side with angle A. That means both of them are on a straight line. So the sum of the two of them will also give us 180 degrees, because sum of angles on a straight line is 180 degrees. So we have E plus A is equal to 180 degrees angles on a straight line, and our A is already known. It is easy for us to find angle E. So E plus 60 is equal to 180. We transfer 60 to the other side of the equation, it becomes minus. So we have E is equal to 180 minus 60 degrees. Then our angle E is 120 degrees. That is all about the first question. So all the lettered angles have been determined and the reasons are given inside the bracket. Question number 2. Find the lettered angles in the following diagram. Look at the diagram. We also see that we have two parallel lines. The vertical lines are parallel to each other. Then we have different angles formed because there are two transversals crossing the two parallel lines. So there are different angles formed where those lines meet. We have angle FGHI to determine. So you can even start from H. Any of the angles which is easy for you to determine, you start from that angle. Then from there you proceed. You may decide to follow the angles according to their alphabetical order if it is possible. In this case, it is also possible because we can get angle F. If you look at this 135 degrees, we see that it is a corresponding angle to angle F. That is, angle F and 135 degrees are corresponding angles which are equal. So we start by saying that angle F is equal to 135 degrees. Then inside the bracket we put our reasons, corresponding angles. That is, they are equal because they are corresponding angles. Since we have found our angle F, then we can find our angle G. Look at angle G and F. They are side by side, meaning that they are angles on a straight line. When we add them together, we must get 180 degrees. So just proceed and say that G plus F is equal to 180 degrees because they are angles on a straight line. We put our reason inside the bracket. Then we proceed. Because we already know our angle F to be 135 degrees, we substitute for F. We say G plus 135 is equal to 180 degrees. Then we transfer 135 to the other side of the equation and it becomes minus. We have G is equal to 180 minus 135. Then our G will be 45 degrees. 45 degrees. Then we can also find the value of our H. Already we have this angle 135 degrees. The relation between H and 135 is vertical. They are vertically opposite angles. And we have known that vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. We just go straight and say that H is equal to 135 degrees. Then we put our reason inside the bracket. Vertically opposite angles are equal. H is 135 degrees. Then we are left with angle I. If you look at the diagram, there is formation of a quadrilateral. You look at this line that cross the parallel lines, they form a quadrilateral with the parallel lines. Inside the quadrilateral, we have 4 angles. You know, a quadrilateral usually have 4 angles. The angles are GHI and 75 degrees. And of all the 4 angles, only I is unknown. 75 degrees has been given. Then we found our G. We also found H. So we are left with I. So it is easy for us to find angle I, having known the other 3 angles. So we just proceed and write that angle I plus G plus H plus 75 is equal to 360 degrees. Then put our reason inside bracket. Angles in a quadrilateral. Angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360 degrees. Then the other angles that have been known, that have been calculated, we are going to substitute for this alphabet. Our G is 45, our H is 135. We substitute those values for them. Then we have I plus 45 plus 135 plus 75 is equal to 360 degrees. Then we have, what we had 45 plus 135 plus 75, we are going to have 250. So I plus 250 is equal to 360 degrees. Then we transfer 250 to the other side where it becomes negative. Then it becomes I is equal to 360 minus 250. Then we have I is equal to 110 degrees. That is the value of I in that equation. So all the angles in that diagram have been determined, have been calculated. Then the third example says, find the lettered angles in the following diagram. Look at the diagram, study the diagram very well. We have some angles given. The angle given at the top here is 30 degrees. Then we have another one given here, 54 degrees. Then we have this sign. Look at the whole triangle ABD. The big triangle is triangle ABD, but there is a line that divides it into 2 triangles. So we have triangle ACD. Triangle ACD forms an isosceles triangle because there is a mark that shows that AC is equal to CD. So if AC is equal to CD, then ACD is an isosceles triangle. And there is something that is peculiar to isosceles triangle, is that 2 sides are equal, then 2 base angles are also equal. The base angles in this case are angle L and angle M. We can find the value of L and M because there are 3 angles in the triangle. One of them has been given as 54 degrees, then the other 2 angles are equal to each other. What we do is just to make sure that we add everything, it must give us 180 degrees. Then we subtract 54 from 180, then we divide it into 2. Let us look at the solution. Angle L is equal to angle M. We will put our reason inside bracket, base angles of isosceles triangle. So then we have L plus M is plus 54 degrees, equal to 180 degrees. That is angles in a triangle. Sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. And we know that L and M are equal. Then we can just say that L plus M is equal to 180 minus 54. We bring 54 to the other side of the equation where it becomes a negative number. Then we have L plus M is equal to 180 minus 54. And the value of our L plus M is 126. Now, since our L is equal to M, then we divide 126 into 2. So L is equal to 126 divided by 2. So L is equal to 63 degrees. Then we also, for M is also equal to 126 divided by 2. And M is equal to 63 degrees. Then we are looking for the next letter to be determined. So in this case, we are not following alphabetical order. We started from L, then we find M, L and M. Then we now go to J. To find our J, we should have also started from J because it is also easy for us to find angle J. Angle J and 54 degrees lie side by side, that is, they form angles on a straight line. So J plus 54 must give us 180 degrees, as in this, as stated here. J plus 54 is equal to 180 degrees. Then the reason is angles on a straight line. Then we transfer 54 to the other side. it becomes negative. J is equal to 180 minus 54. So our angle J is 126 degrees. Now to find our angle K, let's look at the diagram again. Our angle K is within another triangle. Triangle ABC contains angles 30 degrees, J and K. Now we have determined the value of angle J and we are given angle 30 degrees. Then it is easy for us to find angle K. We just say angle K plus J plus 30 is equal to 180 degrees, as we have done here. Angle K plus J plus 30 is 180 degrees. Angles in a triangle. Then we substitute for J, which we have already known to be 126 degrees. So we have K plus 126 plus 30 is equal to 180. Then we add 126 and 30, we have 156. So K plus 156 is equal to 180. Now transfer 156 to the other side of the equation where it becomes minus. Then we have K is equal to 180 minus 156. So our K is equal to 24 degrees. So with these examples, we are going to have assignment. That's where we're going to stop for today. And the assignment goes thus. Look at the question. The question says, find the lettered angles in the following diagram. So the diagram 1, as you can see, we have some angles given. We have angle A, B, C, D, E to determine. Then we have angle 60, which has been given. We also have angle 58, which has been given. You are going to start from anyone that is convenient for you to start with, anyone that is easy for you to determine using the already known angles. Then you proceed and find the remaining angles. Also in the second diagram, you have to find the lettered angles. You have two parallel lines, then you have transversals crossing them. So we have various types of angles formed. We have we have F, G, H, I to determine. We have given angles 140 degrees and we also have 80 degrees to find the remaining angles. The question 3, the diagram is also here. You have a bigger triangle ABD divided into two triangles ABC and ABD, and we have triangle ACD to be isosceles triangle. So we have some given angles. Two of the angles are given, 40 and 65 degrees. Then you have to determine the remaining angles, J, K, L, and M. So that is where we are going to stop for today. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.